Tonight, Batwheels renewed, The Sims movie, and remember Maggie Smith, John Amos, Kris Kristofferson, and voice actor Ken Page. All that and more in this edition of Multiverse Tonight.
Comic books, sci-fi, fantasy, and more. If you're looking for a roundup of geeky news, you're in the right place. This is Multiverse Tonight. And here's your host, Thomas Townley.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 224 of Multiverse Tonight. I'm, of course, as ever, your host, Thomas Townley, and you'll notice that we did take a couple extra weeks off, and that's because, for those of you watching the YouTube video, I'm in a new studio. Yes, we've moved into our new house here in town. It's a lovely house. We've already spent a couple nights in it. And of course, if you also notice in the back of me, my office is nowhere near finished. I still love unpacking. You know, that's the hardest part of any move is unpacking your stuff. But that being said, I was able to pull together some news for the show. So this will be a shorter show than usual. But, you know, maybe that's for the better. Anyway, let's get on with the DC Comics news. And we begin DC Comics news with Batwheels, DC's first ever Batman series for a preschool audience that has been renewed for a third season at Cartoon Network. Produced by Warner Bros. Animation, the series follows a group of sentient, superpowered, crime-fighting vehicles defending Gotham City alongside a host of DC superheroes. Brought to life by the Bat computer to help defend Gotham City, the heroic Batwheels are thrust into hilarious hijinks and jaw-dropping action while learning important life lessons. Led by Bam the Batmobile, I would never see the Batmobile named Bam, but whatever. The Batwheels must navigate the challenges of being a newly formed super team, as well as the growing pains that come with just being a kid, and follows the adventures of the team's journey as they go on their heroic adventures, as well as demonstrate to preschool kids the value of self-confidence, friendship, and teamwork. The voice cast includes Ethan Hawke as Batman, Jacob Bertrand as Bam the Batmobile, Gina Rodriguez as Catwoman. Well, it's good to see she still gets work, and Zola Mardina as Snow the Snowcrawler, among others. Season 2 is available on Cartoon Network and Max. Season 1 is also available to stream on Netflix. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that Bane, the super steroid-injecting antagonist, who previously was seen in the 2012 Chris Nolan movie The Dark Knight Rises, and Deathstroke, another popular arch-nemesis in the comic book company's fold, are being lassoed together for a movie. The James Gunn and Peter Safran-led DC Studios is developing a script from Matthew Orton, the scribe who came up with Captain America: Brave New World. HBO's DC series Lanterns has found its Hal Jordan. Emmy winner Kyle Chandler is set to play the legendary member of the Green Lantern Corps in the series. Now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, the show will be the first series role for the Friday Night Lights star since Showtime's 2022 drama Super Pumped. Lanterns, which scored a straight-to series order in June after years of development, comes from Chris Mundy, Damon Lindelof, and Eisner Award-winning comics writer Tom King. The trio are co-writing and executive producing the series, with Mundy serving as showrunner. The show, which falls under the HBO banner, is casting and in the middle of hiring directors. The series is looking to shoot from next January to June in Atlanta. It's described as a gritty, true detective vibe as it focuses on Jordan, reluctantly mentoring a younger Lantern, John Stewart, who, you'll know as the first African-American Lantern,
The story sees the two characters investigating the Earthbound mystery with large implications. Sources say that DC and producers are looking for a young, more fresh faced actor for the role to play opposite an older and bigger name. DC Studios has found its Supergirl supervillain in Matthias Schoenaerts, who will play antagonist Krem of the Yellow Hills in the upcoming movie. I, Tanya, and Cruella filmmaker Craig Gillespie is set to direct. Playwright and screenwriter Anna Nugara have wrote the script. Production begins on the film in late 2024, early 2025, after DC Studios co-CEO and creative head James Gunn finishes shooting Superman, which is set to be released in summer of 2025. House of Dragon star Millie Alcock will play the superheroine of Krypton in a story that will be adapted from the Tom King story Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. In King's graphic novel, Krem of the Yellow Hills triggers Supergirl's pursuit after shooting her dog, kind of like that John Wick movie. In a press conference last year laying out his plans for the DC universe, Gunn teased that Supergirl will focus on the big fans will be on the big screen will be very different from Superman. Quote, "We see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the time he was an infant, versus Supergirl, who was raised on the rock, a chip off Krypton, and watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life, and then came to Earth when she was a young girl. She's much more hardcore. She's not exactly the Supergirl we're used to seeing." Now, DC's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow will be released on June 26, 2025. And with that, let's go on to the geek news. And geek news begins with Glenn Powell, known for his roles in rom-coms, tornado movies, and hitman films, securing his next big project. He will star in Edgar Wright's remake of The Running Man, set to be released by Paramount Pictures on November 21st, 2025. Now, Powell will take on the iconic role, originally done by Arnold Schwarzenegger, in the 1987 action film based on the Stephen King novel. The story unfolds in a dystopian future where a popular TV show features criminals attempting to evade skilled assassins. Now, Paramount has also shuffled the dates for several other 2025 films. The Naked Gun reboot starring Liam Neeson has moved from July 18th to August 1st. The cast includes Pamela Anderson, Paul Walter Hauser, Cody Rhodes, and Busta Rhymes. Neeson will star as the son of Leslie Nielsen's character, Frank Drebin, in the classic slapstick comedy franchise. Directed by Akiva Schaffer, with producers Seth MacFarlane and Erica Huggins. Taking Naked Gun's original spot is the animated Smurfs musical starring Rihanna. It's moving from February 14th, 2025 to July 18th. The voice cast also includes Nick Offerman, Natasha Lyonne, Kurt Russell, and John Goodman. It's directed by Chris Miller and co-directed by Matt Landon. Lurf Tracks, the entertainment and live event company founded by a trio of MST3K stars, has struck a distribution deal with indie streamer Nebula. Beginning October 5th, Riff Tracks will launch its weekly Saturday Cinema series on Nebula, beginning with the release of 5 shorts including commentary. This week's release is a version of Night of the Living Dead with their classic Riff Track style commentary. The deal will see Riff Tracks bringing its existing views as well as new originals to the platform, a streamer which is majority owned by a collective of Nebula creators. Spyglass Media Group and Paramount Pictures announced this past Tuesday that Scream 7 will slash into theaters on February 27th, 2026, nearly 3 years after 2023's Scream 6. Quote, "It's going to be a killer 2026, unquote. According to Nev Campbell, who starred as the final girl, Sidney Prescott, in the first 5 Scream movies, as she announced the show on Instagram. After sitting out of the New York set Scream 6, Campbell will be reprising her role in the movie, directed by franchise creator and writer Kevin Williamson. A Sims movie is in development at Amazon MGM Studios. Amazon MGM Studios announced on Tuesday that a feature film based on the popular video game series The Sims is in development. Kate Herron,
who directed the Disney Plus series Loki, will be directing the movie, and he'll be based and also co-writing the script with Briony Redman. Lucky Chap and Vertigo Entertainment, along with Electronic Arts, The Sims team, are producing the project. Heron and Redman will also serve as executive producers. The Sims game series, which began with SimCity in 1989, has been a global phenomenon for decades. The first Sims game was released in 2000 and allows players to create virtual people, build their homes, and direct their goals and relationships. The Hollywood Reporter first reported that the movie was in works back in May. And, of course, we close on some sad news to start off with. Maggie Smith, the renowned British actress hailed as one of the most formidable of all time, passed away peacefully at the age of 89. Two-time Oscar winner and four-time Emmy recipient, Smith's legacy includes exceptional performances in movies like The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie and Downton Abbey, among numerous others. Born in December 28, 1934, in Ilford, England, Smith began her acting career on stage at the Oxford Playhouse School in 1952. Her breakthrough performance came in the 1965 movie adaptation of Shakespeare's Othello. This role earned her an Oscar nomination. 4 years later, she won the Oscar for her portrayal of an eccentric English schoolmistress in The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Smith's career flourished throughout the decades, encompassing diverse roles in film and television. In the Harry Potter series, she played the stern yet compassionate Professor Minerva McGonagall, while in Downton Abbey, she captivated audiences as the irascible Violet Crawley, Dowager Countess of Great Gretham. In addition to her acting accolades, Smith received several prestigious honors. Queen Elizabeth II bestowed upon her the title of Dame in 1989, and in 2014, she became a member of the Order of Companions of Honor. Despite her fame, Smith was known for her privacy and often avoided media attention. She famously quipped, "What is a weekend?" when asked about her life before Downton Abbey and how fame impacted her ability to go out in public. Smith's sons, actors Toby Stephens and Chris Larkin, confirmed her peaceful passing. Surrounded by family and friends, they expressed their devastation at losing their extraordinary mother and grandmother. Maggie Smith's exceptional talent, ranging from comedy to drama, earned her a lasting spot among the top British actresses. Her ability to capture the essence of her characters and infuse them with her own performance powers made her a true legend of the screen. Again, Maggie Smith was 89 years old. James Amos, renowned for his roles in Good Times, Roots, and other iconic productions, passed away on August 21st in Los Angeles due to natural causes, as confirmed by his representative to Variety. He was 84 years old. Amos's son, Kelly Christopher Amos, expressed his heartfelt sadness in a statement describing his father as a kind-hearted and beloved figure. He highlighted the impact John Amos had on audiences, particularly those who regard him as their TV father. His legacy will continue through his outstanding works in television and film, where he brought joy and relatability to countless viewers. Born on December 27, 1939, in Newark, New Jersey, Amos's acting career took off when he landed the role of weatherman Gordon Gordy Howard on The Mary Tyler Moore Show in 1970. From there, he showcased his comedic talents on CBS's Good Times, a groundbreaking sitcom that followed an African-American two-parent household. Amos' portrayal of Father James Evans Sr. resonated deeply with audiences, but he eventually departed from the show due to creative differences. Amos's role as adult Kunta Kinte in the ABC historical miniseries Roots earned him an Emmy nomination in 1977. The series, which depicted slavery in the United States, achieved immense success, winning numerous awards and attracting a massive viewership. It holds the record for the third highest rated episode of any TV series and the second most watched series finale in history. Throughout his career, Amos appeared in various television shows, including About the Andersons, The West Wing, 2.5 Men, and The Ranch. He also graced the big screen with roles in films like Coming to America and his sequel, Coming to America, Die Hard 2, and The Beastmaster. In addition, he collaborated with his son on the production of the forthcoming documentary titled America's Dad, which chronicles his life as an actor. Julia Buchwald, President Buchwald, expressed her pride in representing John Amos, emphasizing his remarkable talent and his generous spirit. She acknowledged the impact he had on the entertainment industry and the hearts of those who knew him. Beyond film and television, Amos showcased his versatility as a writer, producer, and star of a one-man play called Haley's Comet, and also graced the Broadway stage in August Wilson's Gem of the Ocean. Before pursuing acting, Amos excelled as a college football player at Colorado State University and had a brief stint with the Kansas City Chiefs during the NFL offseason in 1967. John Amos's legacy as an actor, comedian, and storyteller will continue to inspire generations through his performances and contributions. He touched the lives of countless individuals, leaving a lasting impact on the world of entertainment. Again, John Amos was 84 years old. Next up, Kris Kristofferson, the groundbreaking country music singer-songwriter and successful Hollywood film and TV star, passed away peacefully at his home in Maui, Hawaii on September 28, 2023. He was 88 years old. The cause of 2024, I should say. The cause of death was not disclosed. His family issued a statement saying, quote, "It is with heavy hearts that we share the news of the passing of our beloved husband, father, and grandfather. We are grateful for the time we had with him, and thank you all for loving him. When you see a rainbow, know that he's smiling down us." Unquote. Now, Kris Kristofferson's career in music began in Music City, where he spent several years writing songs. His breakthrough came in the 1970s with #1 country hits like For the Good Times, Sunday Morning Coming Down, and Help Me Make It Through the Night. His song Me and Bobby McGee became a posthumous #1 pop hit for Janis Joplin in 1971. Kristofferson's raw, unmannered singing and poetically crafted songs earned him a loyal following. He released 4 successful albums for Monument Records and won 3 Grammys, including Best Country Song and a pair of duets with Rita Coolidge, his wife, from 1973 to 1980. In the 1970s, Kristofferson's career expanded into acting. He starred in several notable films, including Cisco Pike, Blum in Love, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and The Star is Born. However, his acting career faced challenges after his involvement in the troubled productions Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid and Heaven's Gate. Despite the setbacks, Kristofferson continued to act, appearing in over 100 movies and TV roles. He received critical acclaim for his roles in Lone Star and the Wesley Snipes Blade movie franchise. Kristofferson continued to record music sporadically throughout his career. He released several critically acclaimed albums in 1990s and 2000s, including A Moment of Forever, This Old Road, and Closer to the Bone. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2004 and received a Lifetime Award from the Recording Academy in 2015. Kris Kristofferson's legacy as a country music pioneer and a versatile actor continues to inspire generations of artists and fans. His contributions to film and television, to music and film, will be remembered for years to come. Again, Kris Kristofferson was 88 years old. And finally tonight, Nightmare Before Christmas star Ken Page is dead at the age of 70. The Broadway staple passed away last Monday. Page's death was first announced by Dorian Hanaway on social media. Millennials heard a ton of the actor growing up as he played King Gator in All Dogs Go to Heaven, and of course Oogie Boogie in the Tim Burton classic, The Nightmare Before Christmas. But before the VHS tape days, Page worked all around Hollywood and Broadway. With the importance of Oogie Boogie's song to Nightmare Before Christmas fans, news of his passing elicited sympathy for all over media. The film's composer, Danny Elfman, posted a short message. On Twitter, the music maker wrote, quote, "I'm still stunned by last night's terrible news. Ken Page died suddenly. He was the one and only Oogie Boogie man. He was simply one of the best and most generous souls I know. Full of life and overflowing with joy, talented and then some. Ken, my friend, you will be deeply missed." Page was absolutely adored playing Oogie Boogie. He had such a soft spot for playing that cherished Disney villain that he would routinely come back to do voice work for the character's other appearances, live concerts, video games, you name it. Say the words Oogie Boogie is in official capacity, and Page was down for a performance. direct conversations, asked Page how he got to be Oogie Boogie in 2014, and the answer didn't disappoint. Quote, at first, the filmmakers were looking for someone to just sing Oogie Boogie song, and they wanted something like a Cab Calloway-esque, Fats Waller-esque kind of vocalist. Somebody who could characterize the vocal. So my lawyer said to Danny Elfman, I know the person for you. There's nobody else that fits that description other than Ken Page. He's done these things and embodied many critters. Ken Page, the beloved Broadway star and voice actor, passed away at the age of 70 years old. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the show. Now, please be sure to check us out on social media. We're on Blue Sky and Twitter at Multiverse Tom, Threads, Facebook, and Instagram at Multiverse Tonight. And if you've gotten some value out of the show and would like to pay it back, please head on over to multiversetonight.com, where you can find our Patreon and Ko-fi links. Check out the show notes, visit our TeePublic store, and leave some feedback. If this is your first time listening, thank you very much and welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and share us with others. Now, special thanks to Shane Ivers for the intro music and Lobo Loco for the outro theme music. Thanks for watching this edition of Multiverse Tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more sci-fi and comic book news. Now, please exit the universe in an orderly fashion. Good night. Multiverse Tonight is a production of Half Big John Productions. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved. This podcast is part of the Pop Goes the Culture podcast network.